What's up, y'all? It's Bianca Ariana here, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. And as you can tell by the title, this is going to be a life update, where I've been, what I got going on. Y'all probably like, she was just in California, she was giving us some California vlogs. Now all of a sudden, like, she gone for 2 weeks. Y'all know I've never been off YouTube for 2 weeks. I'm here to tell y'all what's going on. Yeah, before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. We just gonna hop right on into this video. Y'all know I was gone for 2 weeks. That is not like me at all. I usually post about 2-3 times a week, but y'all, I was in California for 2 weeks. I was there longer than I expected. I was supposed to be there for 2 full weeks, but I was supposed to come back on the 23rd, and I didn't get back until the 27th. But I was down in California. I was working. It got to the point where I couldn't really do my YouTube as much because I was working a whole lot. I was getting my content together. It was just so much stuff that I was doing when I was down there to where I couldn't like film. I was filming certain things. I'm gonna show y'all that at the end of the video, some of the things that I didn't get to put into a full video. I'm gonna put that at the end of this video. I was down there working. I was trying to get my content together. It was just a new scenery, a new experience, so I was kind of taking that in. So I really didn't film as much as I wanted to. I didn't do as much as I wanted to until like towards the end when I was about to leave. So far, like, I really love California. Like, California was such a good experience. The scenery was everything. I loved everything about California. I was in Fresno at first. Fresno is like a smaller part of California. Like, it's not really much to see. But I ended up going to Riverside, which is right by LA. I ended up going to Riverside, closer to like the end of my stay in California. That's when I really got to see so much more of California, because we would ride past LA. Look at LA, like, you will see houses on the hill. Like, it was just so much. Like, the scenery was everything. That's what really stuck with me the most, was the scenery. Like, you waking up and you looking at mountains. Like, it's just so nice. So all around, like, my experience was really good. I got to see a whole lot. Like, it's just such a big difference when you see Atlanta and you see California. Like, it's very, very, very nice. Definitely going back to California. I don't know, like, I've had thoughts of wanting to move to California, but now it's like, now that I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, I really want to move. Like, this is nice. Like, this is really, really nice. Really, really nice experience. I loved it. I just wanted to let y'all know that, like, after, like, now that I'm back home, I'm out to plan my content out all the way. Like, I got so many videos for you guys to see. This video probably gonna be short because I'm just really kind of just updating y'all a little bit. So many videos I have for y'all coming up. I would like to start posting every day of the week. Like, if I'm not posting 7 days out of the week, I at least want to post 5 days out of the week. That's how hard I want to come for you guys. I want y'all to see a whole lot more of me. I want y'all to, like, experience life with me as a young adult. Like, I'm only 20 years old. I'm about to be 21 this year, so I'm experiencing a lot. I want to, like, do a lot more, travel a lot more. Yeah, it's just so much I want you guys to experience with me. So I want to start posting at least every day of the week. I want to perfect my craft more as a YouTuber as well, and actually take this serious, because of the fact that I actually got time to do it now, you guys. Like, I took a big leap. I ended up leaving my 9-to-5 job because of the fact that I just felt like it just wasn't for me anymore. If you know me, you know that I've been at the job for so long, and anybody around you could tell you that, like, I hated my job. Like, I just didn't like it, and I just always wanted to go for my goals. Like, I wanted to chase my dreams. Like, I'm that type of person that if I really want to do something in life, I'm going to chase that. And what I was doing, my 9-to-5, really was like blocking that blessing for me. So I really just want to focus on my YouTube. I want to focus on my business, because I do have my lineup for my business. I'm already in the process. So, like, y'all, it's just so much stuff coming. That's not even the good part. Like, I just updated y'all about the Cali trip. I love the Cali trip. Content coming. I want to post every day of the week, like I told you guys. But last but not least, before I close this vlog, I hope before I close this video out, this is just a quick update. Y'all, the reason why I was supposed to come back on the 26th, right? The 26th was when my flight was booked. Mind you, I have free flight benefits for Delta. Because of the fact that my mom, she works for Delta, so, like, I have free benefits. Like, I can fly for free. Y'all, it's a lot of pros and cons that come with flying for free. I went to the LA airport because if I was to stay in Fresno, if I was to go back to Fresno to fly out, I would have had a layover, which I do not like layovers. I had to delay over one time, which it wasn't bad, but I like to go straight home. Like, them layovers is not it sometimes. my mom, she recommended that I just fly Delta so I can just go non-stop. I can just go from LA all the way to Atlanta. I'm like, okay, cool. So my flight was March 26th. I think my flight was at 5:30 p.m. Yep, it was at 5:30 p.m. So that was my first time going through LAX. So I just got there early. I got there around like 2:30, 2:45. Got there early, so I could be able to navigate and know where I'm going. But it was super, super easy. Flight was at 5:30. Y'all, when you fly for free, you are on standby. Like, you don't automatically get on the plane. You literally have to wait until they put everybody that paid first, and then when you on, they put the people on standby. But for some reason, the standby list was super, super long. Like, it was really, really long. It was like 40 people on the standby list, and my name was like 30 or something like that. And they only had like probably 15, 16 seats. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get on the plane. Like, there's so many people ahead of me, and the standby list is just super long. So she's like, that's so weird, because like the standby list never be that long, like ever. Like, you would usually be able to get right on the plane. But for some reason, it was so packed in LA. Like, everybody was trying to go back to Atlanta. Like, everybody was going back to Atlanta. It was so crazy. Fast forward, you guys, I didn't end up getting on the 5:30 plane because I wasn't able to get on. So they basically routed me to the next flight. The next flight was at 10 o'clock at night. I waited at the airport all the way until 10. I'm like, okay, I have to wait at LAX till 10 o'clock at night to the next flight. So fast forward, 10 o'clock comes. I'm waiting to get on the plane. I'm waiting for them to, you know, put me on the plane. I'm still not getting on the plane. Like, they done cleared all the seats. They put some of the people that was on standby, and they put them on the plane and stuff like that. But I was still waiting, because for some reason, every time I would be on the standby list, they would literally put me down at the bottom. I was putting people that had the seniority or whatever, they'll put them first, and then whoever comes after them, they'll put them at the bottom. So I fast forward, after that 10:20 flight left for Atlanta, it wasn't another flight until 11 o'clock. So I went into, they moved me over to the 11 o'clock flight. So I'm waiting on the 11 o'clock flight. I was not able to get on that flight at all either. Like, the standby list was just too long, and it was just not enough seats. So at this point, I'm getting really irritated. I'm like so upset. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get home. Like, what the heck? So mind you, my boyfriend dropped me off at the airport. So mind you, that was like a 2-hour drive to get there. And by the time I couldn't get on all these flights, he was already back home. Like, he was already back in Riverside where we was at. So that's already like a 2-hour drive. The next flight after 11 o'clock was not until 6 o'clock in the morning. Like 6 in the morning. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to just go back to Riverside, have my boyfriend come pick me up, or do I just need to stay at this airport and try to catch this flight? Like, try to catch a flight. And in my head, I'm like, that's gonna be a lot of driving, because you got to drive all the way back. My boyfriend has to drive all the way there, then drive all the way back, then somebody has to take me back to the airport early in the morning. So it was just like it was just gonna be too much driving, just too much. I ended up having to stay in the airport, y'all. I stayed in the airport from 11 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning. Like, I was at LAX all freaking night. Like, it was just so crazy, because I couldn't get on these flights. Like, it was just so packed. I could not get on no flight. I stayed till 6 in the morning. I ended up sleeping in the airport. I didn't even sleep in the airport. Me and my mom, we were stressing out. My mom was like, I gotta get you home. Like, this ain't gonna work. This has never happened. It was just so much, y'all. I'm crying because, for one, y'all, I skipped the whole part. For one, y'all, I ended up checking my bag. So my suitcase with all of my clothes, I literally had 3 bags. I had a purse with like my laptop and stuff in it, and my computer and my phone, like stuff like that, and then wallet. Then I had a duffel bag. My duffel bag had like I put my dirty clothes in like my duffel bag, the stuff that need to be washed, like little shoes and stuff like that. I put that in my duffel bag. And in my suitcase, that had all of my clean clothes, everything in it. Mind you, you guys, my suitcase was already in Atlanta, because of the fact that when I first got there for my 5:30 flight, I checked my bag in. So when that flight landed, that suitcase went right on the plane for my 5:30 flight. So when that flight landed in Atlanta, the first flight, the 5:30 flight, when that flight landed in Atlanta at 12:30 in the morning, Atlanta time, my suitcase was already in Atlanta. So So I already didn't have no clothes, like no clothes at all. I thought I was gonna have to stay a little longer in California. It was to the point where I was about to get my boyfriend to come pick me up from LAX, and I was just gonna stay longer. But I was so upset, I started crying, because I'm like, what am I gonna wear? I don't have no clothes. My suitcase is already on the plane. Like, what am I gonna do? So that's the reason why I just decided to stay at the airport. It wouldn't have made any sense for me to stay in California, and all of my clothes are gone. Like, all of my underwear, everything that I have, everything that I brought is gone. Like, in Atlanta. It's on the plane already. I stayed in California. I slept in there overnight. It was so uncomfortable. Like the airport, sleeping in the airport is so uncomfortable. I wasn't the only one that was sleeping in the airport. It was plenty of other people that was in the airport too, probably waiting on their flight or whatever the case may be. Got to the 6 a.m. flight. I was not able to get on that flight, like at all. Like I was not able to get on the 6 a.m. flight. I was pissed. Like I was so pissed. It was a point where my mom, she works for Delta, so she's looking at every flight I can get on. Like try to go here, try to go here, I wanted to try to get closer to home because I need to just get out of LA, because it wasn't gonna be no point. The only way I was gonna get out of LA is if I was to buy a ticket. The tickets, if I was to buy a ticket that same day, it was gonna be like hella high. So it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not buying a ticket. So I ended up going to the counter to tell the dude to change my flight. Like tell him to just fly me to Austin, because I have family in Texas. So if I would have flew to Texas, I would have been good. Like I have family in Texas. So, and I would have been closer to home either way. So I told the guy, I'm like, you know, can you change my flight to Austin, Texas? And he like, you gotta do it at the help center. So I had ran to the help center, because these flights were like back to back. So I ran to the help center and I'm like, okay, am I gonna be able to get on the Austin flight? And the man, he's like, nah. So the man, like, he kept turning out every flight. Like my mom, she's in my ear, I'm on the phone with my mom. She's like, try going to Minneapolis, try this, try telling them like go to Dallas, like try going here. And he was turning me down for every last one of them. He like, you're not gonna be able to get on, it's packed, it's so many people on the standby list, stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I told him, man, I said, so what is the best thing for me to do? He said, I think the best thing for you to do is probably just buy a ticket. But it was a lady sitting right next to him. And I'm like, I told my mom, I'm like, they say the best thing I can do is buy a ticket. It's packed, the airport is packed, all the flights are packed, I'm not gonna be able to get on no flight, stuff like that. The lady that was like next to him, the dude, he just didn't want to help me no more at this point. So the lady, she kind of took over everything, and she ended up finding me a flight to Dallas. And and it was like plenty of seats open, everything. So I ended up getting that flight to Dallas. And then once I got to Dallas, I stayed in Dallas for like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. And I got right home, the standby list was not long at all for Dallas. Like I really got my seats quick on both of those flights. Overall, I ended up making it home. I was so excited when I made it home. I'm like, man, I don't want to look at no airport for days. Like I don't want to look at no airport. Like it was just so crazy. I'm like, I'm gonna use my flight benefits when I'm going somewhere small, but LA and stuff like that, you probably need to buy a ticket. The reason why it was so packed, the reason why I couldn't get on no plane, because it was so many people that was telling me like the standby list never is this long, like what is going on? And for some reason, it was because of the fact that it was March Madness or something like that. So everybody was leaving out of LA, going to different places for March Madness and stuff, or whatever. They was coming back from it. I don't know what it was, but that's why the airport was super packed and I couldn't get on the plane easily. Yes, y'all, I was stuck in the airport for 24 hours. I didn't leave the airport. I got there at 2:30, so it was almost 24 hours, because I got there at 2:30, and then I didn't leave the airport. I didn't get on the flight to Dallas until like 8 something in the morning. So it was packed. I didn't get on the flight to Dallas till 8:45 in the morning. And so when I made it to Dallas airport was not busy at all. Like it was just smooth, like it was just really smooth. So once I got to Dallas, everything was really cool. Got back on the plane from Dallas to go home, and I got home around, my flight landed at 7:55. I didn't get out of the airport until like almost 9 o'clock, because I had to get my bag, find my luggage and stuff like that. Overall, y'all, it was such a hectic experience. It was a nice experience in in California. It was a really nice experience in California. I learned so much. I messed up a couple of times while I was down there trying to figure things out. I was working my ass off down there. I planned a lot of things, got a lot of things in order. So it was overall a really, really good experience down there. I wish I could have seen a lot more, but it was the fact that I was in Fresno for like most of my time there. For like my first week and a half, I was in Fresno, and then I ended up going towards like LA and stuff like that towards the end of my trip. So I didn't get to see a whole lot until I ended up going towards like LA area. Like that was the spot to be. Like when I go back, I'm going straight to LA. Like LA, whenever I was at that Riverside, I was in Riverside. Riverside is actually a really nice part of California as well. I want to go like to the beach. I want to actually see so much more when I go back to California. Yes, you guys, I'm back home now. Content is going to be up from here, you guys. I want to make sure I'm posting every day, like being really consistent, and I have some new things I'm doing for you guys as well. Just overall, so much, everything is just coming hard this year. These next couple of months, like everything is coming really hard. And when I told y'all about my business, I'm not gonna like speak on it right now, but just know that's gonna be dropping really soon. Just be on the lookout for that as well. I'm going to be making a big announcement for that once I have everything set in stone. Yes, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this little life update. Like, it was so hectic. I hope y'all enjoyed my airport story. Like, it was super crazy. But I will post at the end of this clip all of my little adventures that I just probably recorded. I'm not really talking in some of these clips because of the fact that it was really just something I just like, let me pick my camera up and just record this, or like record this. So I'm gonna kind of put that in and stuff like that. I'm gonna put when I was at the airport, stuck at the airport, I'm gonna put all of that in just so y'all can see like what I was going through towards the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this little life update, let me know down in the comments. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. And yeah, it's Bianca Ariana here, and I'm tuning out, you guys. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram at Bianca Ariana. And yeah, it's only up from here. Make sure y'all are tuned in, turn on that bell, because I will be posting every day from now on. From here on out, I'll be posting every day, so make sure you guys are on the lookout. And yeah, I love y'all so much. Bye, you guys.
Shelby Drive, look alive, niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side. Oh well, fuck them, dawg, we gon' see how hard they ride. I get racks to go outside, and I split it with the guys. We up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied. I've been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died. They won't be expecting shit when Capo go to slide, cause I told them that we put that shit behind us, but I lied. Hey, I'm around, man. If I fucked up, I'ma be downtown, man. Whole flow down, man. That's if I get caught, man. Push me to the edge, so it really ain't my motherfucking fault, man. I'm not to blame, man. The fucking industry is cut, though. I'm not.
Lord knows when I like gotta get it.
Got another mall, y'all. We went to like 3 different malls, but each and every, like, the first one was trash. The last 2 was hard. So
well, nigga finna be hot. That nigga finna be hot at the crib. What type of style really looking at? Getting hot in here, stupid ass. What type of drip we doing, man? That nigga, well, you be dripping for real, dripping sweat, stupid ass. It's been hard.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all ever heard of these? No, nigga. And them big boy kick drip H&M's, you saying? I ain't never lied. Them big shoe steppers.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, 2-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dogs that I
I mean, everywhere.
right outside, TT, 2-turn baby girl, you know me. All the niggas around me, why did it die? Gotta watch the time, cause it's fine right now. I just caught a shorty off a Finsta. Just the one hoodie, it's a crenshaw. Where did I